Hi everybody and welcome to our show. No matter what your age is, everyone is curious about the world around them. Active Minds hosts educational seminars geared toward seniors. They discuss global issues, historical themes, and various other topics. The main goal of Active Minds is to create a place where seniors can learn about the world and about each other.
Today's program focuses upon Egypt.
Well, Active Minds is a Denver-based educational organization. We're committed to lifelong learning. We've been doing this now nearly for a decade. Our idea is creating an educational environment that is accessible, and that means having high-level programming that is intellectually stimulating, that is touching upon important issues that are going on in the world. The idea that we're about is giving people more nuance, more understanding, more context for what's going on in the world. We talk about all sorts of different topics, some of them international, like Egypt today or Venezuela. There were elections earlier this week, programs about things going on all around the world, but also about domestic issues as well. There's a passion for education that I have that Active Minds is all about. That in the end, it doesn't matter whether you are 6 years old or 96 years old. You want to know more about your world. You want to engage with your world. In an Active Minds class or program, people start connecting not just with the content that Active Minds is providing, but also connecting with one another. Many people have made friends at Active Minds programs, and those friendships deepen beyond just what we do. The learning isn't over when we leave. Learning, in fact, deepens, and it continues by way of conversations they'll have over dinner or breakfast or otherwise. And so I think a lot of what people get out of it includes, of course, the content of what's going on in the world, but also ways to engage with one another to help to build community.
Zane Robertson is the co-founder and president of Active Minds. Thanks for being here, Zane.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, Christine.
I love this program.
Thank you.
Let's talk about how it came about.
You bet. So John Henderson and I created Active Minds about 10 years ago. For me, it was really a move into a type of activity where I could really use the head and the heart together. For me, one of my inspirations was my grandmother, who retired as a lifelong educator and then learned Spanish as a second language and became something of an amateur geologist. And she took me to Peru and Ecuador and spoke Spanish. And so I really grew up with this notion that lifelong learning is just part of a life well lived.
And I think people think that when they hit a certain age, that that's not possible. You're here to tell us it is possible.
Absolutely. There's kind of an old paradigm that education is for the young trying to get better jobs. And we've really flipped that on its head and said, lifelong learning is about being engaged in the world, being engaged with other people, that we never stop thinking. And in fact, there's a lot of scientific research that indicates that the more we use our brain, the less likely we are to get things like Alzheimer's and dementia.
How do people get involved? And I mean, it's amazing to me. You put these seminars on 25 times a month?
Yeah, we do about 100 a month. So we're doing probably about 25 a week. And a good portion of those are free and open to the public. All people need to do is either call us to get a schedule mailed to them, or if they have access to the internet, just go to activeminds.com and click on events, and you'll see all the schedules all the events that are coming up.
And you do this all over the city?
Yeah, we're all throughout the greater Denver metro area, as well as Boulder, Longmont, and we've done programming up in the mountains, so we're really spreading as far as we can.
So no matter where you live, you can find a place to go and learn more.
That's exactly right, Christine.
Zane, thank you so much for what you do. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me today.